So we're on the second day of the Mile Wide Book Tour. We find ourselves in Monroe, Louisiana, raising money for the boot campaign and spreading awareness for what they're doing. But today we're also talking about the topic of a deeper gospel. You know, many of us grow up with a gospel that we think about just getting saved, that the good news is that Jesus died for us and that we can have salvation in Him. And for many of us, we think that's the end of it, that we're just supposed to hold on now until we die and go to heaven or Jesus comes back. The gospel we see in Scripture is not just a doctrinal gospel that saves, but it's also a personal gospel that transforms us, that continues to work in our lives, and it's also a gospel that restores us. So the good news of the gospel is it not only saves us, but it continues to work in us every day. It's the thing that works in us to make us new, to transform us, and to give us hope.
2010, I lost my legs in combat, and I like to tell people I've had one bad day, but just the one. And every day after that was building towards something else. When you talk about, what it means to have a foundation, to have a starting point, that doesn't mean perfection, and it doesn't mean all of your character. It means something that helps guide you, and for a lot of us, that's our faith and what we believe in. And for some of us, it's a step further, and it's what we learn in the service. Funny how those things kind of overlap. What you learn in your faith growing up and as an adult, is a big part of what you learn in that brotherhood in the military. I lost my legs. That was an instance. Ever since then, it's been a family effort to rebuild and get back going. And I tell people, listen, I don't have room for acquaintances, but I grow my family just a little bit every now and then.
One of the things that we talk about in the book is that the gospel is something that not only works in us, but then it also begins to work through us. This renewal, this gospel story that happens, not only do we get to experience it for ourselves, but then we get to share in it in other people's lives. I think that's one of the things I love about the boot campaign is they're investing in the lives of others who are really living a story of renewal, a story of restoration, and they're taking something that was many times tragic and they're rebuilding. They're bringing hope to other people, they're bringing hope to families, and for those who have gone so far out of their way to give of themselves for other people.